Sitting quietly with my thoughts, I can't help but ponder the mystery of death that hangs over our lives. Death, the great leveler, takes away the surface differences that separate us and reveals the universal truth of our shared humanity. It's always by our side, yet often ignored. In Seneca's spirit, I aim not to dwell on death morbidly, but to understand it as a crucial part of our human story. I have lost two of the most precious beings in my life, my mother and my dog. They both suffered from illnesses that slowly took away their vitality and joy. They both endured agonizing moments of pain and fear. I felt helpless, angry, and sad. I wished I could do something to save them, to ease their pain, to prolong their lives. But I could not. They both left me alone in this world without their warmth and companionship. Facing mortality, I questioned the purpose of my life. What's the point if it all comes to an end? Seneca would remind me that thinking about death isn't meant to be gloomy, but a way to appreciate life more fully. It's an invitation to live with virtue, wisdom, and moral strength, transcending the fleeting nature of our time on earth. The fear of death, Seneca suggests, comes from misunderstanding it. He wrote many letters and essays on death, and he faced his own death with courage and dignity. He did not fear death, nor did he hate it. He did not see it as an enemy, nor as a friend. He saw it as a part of life, a natural and inevitable phenomenon, a transition from one state to another. He did not mourn the dead, nor did he pity them. He celebrated their lives, and he honored their memories. He taught me that death is not evil because it is not a moral agent. It does not act with intention or malice or benevolence. It does not discriminate or favor or harm. It does not care or judge or reward. It simply happens, to everyone and everything, sooner or later, in different ways and degrees. It is a natural law, a universal principle. It is not something to be feared or hated or avoided. It is something to be faced or accepted or embraced. It is not a deprivation but a liberation. It frees us from the troubles, the pains, the burdens of life. It frees us to join the source, the whole, the divine. Understanding this lets us find peace in the face of our final destination. Ultimately, death isn't the end but a transition, a necessary part of life. Seneca encourages us to face our mortality calmly and embrace the fullness of our existence. Reflecting on life and death in this simple way, I am reminded that a well-lived life is not measured by time, but by the depth of its meaning and the impact it leaves behind. Death is inevitable, but not evil. My mother was a wise and virtuous woman who raised me with love and care. She taught me honesty, generosity, and compassion. She showed me how to seek wisdom and happiness in all things. Even when she was diagnosed with multiple organ failure, she remained cheerful and optimistic. She accepted her fate with calmness and grace. She believed death was not a punishment, but a natural part of life. She said we should not fear it, but embrace it as a friend. For her, death was not a loss, but a gain, leaving behind a legacy of love and wisdom. She told me that she was not dying, but rather returning to the source of all life, where she would be at peace and harmony. My dog was a loyal and playful companion, bringing me joy and comfort. He was a good boy who was always by my side, ready to greet me with enthusiasm. He was faithful, obedient, and protective. When he fell ill, he faced death with courage and trust. He looked at me with gratitude, without anger or resentment. He told me that he was not afraid of death because he had lived a simple and joyful life. He showed me that death was not a curse, but a gift, freeing him from pain and troubles. He told me that he was not dying, but rather joining the cycle of nature, where he would be free and wild. Even in death, he remained in my heart and memory, guiding me. Therefore, I do not fear death, but welcome it when it comes. I honor my mother and my dog with my actions. I rejoice in their lives and focus on the present. I use my time wisely, fulfill my duties faithfully, and enjoy life's pleasures moderately. I forgive my enemies and support my friends sincerely. I aspire to better myself and cultivate appreciation for the wonders of nature. This is the philosophy of death I learned from my mother and my dog. I hope it inspires you to live and die well,